Hey everybody, it's Stephen and Frederick, and this is How I Cook. Today I'm going to show you brunch items or breakfast items, or if you like breakfast for dinner items, whenever you would like these. When it's not COVID, we'd like people to come and visit us for the weekend, stay over, and this is one of the things I usually make either Saturday or Sunday when they stay over. It's going to be German pancakes and bacon. My friend Christian, who lives in Germany, in Hamburg, has never heard of these German pancakes, but it doesn't surprise me. Americans, we like to give foods, especially breakfast foods, names with foreign countries in them. French toast, Canadian bacon, English muffins, Belgian waffles, and German pancakes. They're delicious. I want to do a shout out to our friend Steve and Jim, who gave me this apron, and I haven't pointed that out previously. So first, bacon. I like to bake my bacon. So I take a cookie sheet and a cooling rack. You can see these cookie sheets are over 40 years old and well used. And all I do is I lay the bacon across the cooling rack. This is extra thick bacon, extra thick because I really like bacon, but also when I compare prices on a per pound basis, this is actually cheaper than the smaller packages. I was going to say a pound of bacon, but as you know, they now package things in what looks like the same size, coffee and bacon. It's not even a pound of bacon anymore. It's more like 12 ounces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, we need one more. 8. And you're thinking to yourself, extra thick bacon, 8 pieces for 2 people. That's a lot of bacon. Well, it sort of is. We have 2 beagles. So anybody who has beagles knows they love to eat and they have really sad eyes. So while we'll each get 4 pieces of bacon, we each won't eat 4 pieces of bacon. So the bacon is ready to go into a preheated 400 degree oven. Just going to put it aside. Next, it's the German pancakes. Since I'm making, gotta get a clean knife. Since I'm making for 2 people, I'm going to make a smaller batch. And a smaller batch I can do in a bullet. If you have a bullet, great. If you don't, or you're doing a larger batch, use a blender or use a whisk and a bowl. So this recipe is really easy. Again, this is the smaller batch. A 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, or any flour you want. If you like whole wheat flour, use that. So a 1/2 cup of flour right into the bullet. A 1/2 cup of milk. Use the same measuring cup, but do the flour first. Because if you do the milk first, the flour is going to stick. If you do the flour first, milk doesn't stick. And I'm spilling, but that's okay. An 1/8 cup of melted sugar, melted butter, not melted sugar. I melted this a little while ago. There's going to be eggs going in here, and we don't want hot butter and eggs mixing. Then we'll end up with scrambled eggs. Some salt. It says 1/8 teaspoon. This is a pinch of kosher salt. 3 eggs. Now I know they say you're supposed to break the eggs into a bowl and then transfer it from the bowl to the mixer in case there's any shell. Yeah, I don't do it that way. I'm really careful. Very rarely does any shell get in there. And then finally, some vanilla. I like vanilla, so I put quite a bit. Now, what can you do? You can make them any flavor you want. Check your spice cabinet, your cabinet where you keep all the flavorings and food colorings, all you've bought over the years. You know you made something once and you still have flavorings left. I found almond extract and coconut extract in our cabinet. I could use those as well. I'm not going to this time, but why don't you explore with yours? Use them up. Next. The flour's sticking a little. That's fine. A little spatula. Get down in there. Mix it up. Scrape it. You don't want a lot of the flour to come out. Put it back on the board. Pretty good. So I actually want this to sit for a while. It's going to sit for a while we put our muffin tins in the preheated oven as well. These has to be hot when you put the batter in. So I spray it with a little spray. But then the next step, why we needed the knife, you need to put butter in here. Butter that will melt. So a little bit of butter in each tin. This one needs more. Oh, I'm almost done this little piece of butter, so I'm just going to fill up use it up in the tins. Which one's light? This one's light, and this one's light. Okay, so we have a 400-degree oven. We put our bacon on the sheet, and I'm putting it here in the top. I'm then putting the tin in down below and closing the door. This will be around 10 minutes. So what am I going to do for 10 minutes? Well, this is typically made on a Sunday morning. We're not going to be driving anywhere, nothing to do. So might as well make a mimosa. Now I know it's traditional to make a mimosa using the small flute. Don't want to do that. You use this wine glass. Also, we didn't have any Prosecco. I normally make our mimosas with Prosecco, but when I decided to do this video, we didn't have any. So we're breaking out this champagne. I went online. It's like $48 a bottle, something we wouldn't normally use for mimosas, and something I'm sure we didn't buy. If you gave us this bottle, thank you very much. A little champagne, a little orange juice, and cheers everybody. We'll see you back in about 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. I'm not really sure how long it's been, but I'm starting to smell bacon. So use all your senses when you're cooking. Okay, now the German pancakes are going to have to cook for around 15 minutes, 15 to 18 minutes. This bacon is nowhere near done, but this is a perfect time to spin it around and put it back in. Here are the muffin tins with brown butter in them. The butter is melted nicely and it's very hot. So what we're doing is we're pouring, oh, it's sizzling, the batter in, almost to the top. And 6, perfect. These are going to be some generous portions. We can see they're puffing up already. And they go back into the oven for at least 15 minutes. So the bacon has been spun around, the tins have been heated, and the batter poured in 15 minutes. What I like about this breakfast, rather than other pancakes where you're making a portion, giving it, making a portion, giving it, you're able to make this. You can make larger batches all in one also, and everybody can eat together. And in the interim, you can relax, you can read the paper, you can have coffee, you can talk to your guests, or not. And there's always time for another mimosa. So, cheers, everybody. Welcome back. So it's been around 17 minutes and we're checking, and the bacon looks pretty much done and the pancakes look pretty much done. I'm taking the bacon out first and I'll leave the pancakes in. This is a very important step. Loosen the bacon as soon as it comes out. You don't have to take it off, but you need to loosen it. If you don't, you will learn that it will become like glue and will stick to this grate and it'll be very tough to get it off. So there, I just loosened it. Now, the pancakes. Oh, these look wonderful. These two, we turn off the oven. We're going to loosen these because we don't want them to stick. Looks like they may be sticking already. This is too big. Let's see if we can do it with a knife. Yeah, much better. Loosening it with a knife. I'm going to do all 6. Because if I don't, they're going to stick. And I think they are. As long as I can get one out for you guys, that's all that matters. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do my own cooking segments, because not everything is perfect. And on the cooking segments on TV and on the internet, a lot of times they are perfect. Cool. All right, so there's a German pancake. Here's a piece of bacon. Of course, this is just the start. The reason I like to bake the bacon, 1, it pulls the grease away. 2, the bacon stays big. And I know I'm not changing the science. If you fry it or if you bake it, it's still the same amount of bacon, but this looks like more. The other thing is it didn't need tending the way a frying pan did. So what am I going to serve on top of the pancakes? I melted some butter. I got this at a yard sale, I think for $1. If you're in a flea market or yard sale and you see something like this, it looks like it's from an old restaurant, buy it. It's great to have. People love to have melted butter to put on things. Also, I'm putting maple syrup. This is pure maple syrup. If you have kids, I don't know if it would be worth it. I remember growing up and loving Aunt Jemima and Log Cabin. That's great. You use what you like. I know some people like honey. Some people like preserves. much more. I just like butter and a little bit of maple syrup. That really was a little. I really love the butter. So, I'm looking forward to when COVID's under control and we can actually have people back visiting us for the weekends. But in the interim, it's great to have some German pancakes and bacon. Truly delicious. And not very sweet. The only thing that would make it sweet is the syrup, because as you see, we didn't put any sweetener in. Okay, this is how I cook, and like I always say, this isn't the way you should do it. This isn't the right way to do it. This is the way that I do it. You do you. Have fun. I hope you got some ideas. I hope you got some entertainment, and I'll see you on the next episode of How I Cook. Any flour you want. If you like whole wheat flour, use that. So a half cup of flour.
Liz. So a half cup of flour.
So a half cup of flour right into the bowl.